Hi, Taurus. This is Just with your June 24th, 2019 weekly reading. I hope you guys are having an enjoyable day so far. So, Taurus, this particular week, I'm seeing that so far, we'll see as we get through all the signs. But this may be a theme. So far, I'm seeing in Aries. Now I'm seeing it in your sign of what you can kind of expect about the eclipses that are coming up. The eclipses are in Cancer and Capricorn, which happens to be, I believe, in your third and eighth house. Okay, so eighth house is the house of paying out things, settling things, deaths, rebirths, ending situations, receiving monies, other people's money, that sort of thing. You can look into it a little further if you want to find out more about the eighth house, because there's loads of stuff that I'm not saying. And the third house is management, travel, neighbors, your extended family members, so relatives, aunts, uncles, that sort of thing, your siblings. And so for some of you Tauruses, there's going to be some eclipses, so beginnings and endings as it relates to those things. Again, you can look into it deeper. There, I see that you guys are really wanting to end any drama, any fighting, any discord, any way that has been habitual in how you relate to other people or how people around you behave. You want that to come to an end. You want to find a better way to use your time or deal with people around you. So you guys are taking a hardcore look at particular circumstances in your life, and you've been doing this as past energy, and you're kind of picking out very clearly who's the problem, who needs to go, how do you need to change this, what do you need to do. It's very clear for you Tauruses out there what you need to do to make your life more peaceful, more stable, more consistent, in a way where you don't feel like every time you turn around there's a change or there's some instability happening in your life, because as we know, Uranus is in your sign. It's a little bit, I think it's retrograde, so it definitely is sleeping right now. So in my opinion, just like Saturn, this is a good time to kind of be unhinged, if that makes any sense, right? You are kind of feeling, maybe some of you may be feeling a little bit more stable. You may feel a little bit more promising in your energies because you don't have all of this jitters. Uranus is not 100% forward. I believe it's retrograde, in that you have to make your own things happen. You don't get these aha moments, these thoughts of genius and figuring out how to do things differently. So for some of you Tauruses, there's a need to kind of take a calmness. I do see that some of you definitely this particular week you may be overindulging. I see overindulging, especially you Taurus women, and there's a range of emotions that you guys are going through. You're going from fear, anxiety, worry, but this is more, I feel, coming across as maybe overspending, overeating, just over. And you feel like that's kind of making you happy. And you may feel to yourself, well, I can do it. I can afford it. I have enough money to, go out and go shopping or buy this and do that and do this. But the root of all of it, the root of it is what is kind of not being dealt with, I feel. And so the root of it is that you're walking away from one area of your life. You're guarding yourself about the way that things happen. So however this walking away came about for you, there's a part of you that still stays very vigilant in it being done wrong, right? So something was done wrong to you, which created you having to walk away, or you're going to have to walk away, or someone may be walking away from you. And there's some defensiveness that comes along with it. But the thing is as you're walking away, this new beginning is starting for you guys. There's an inability to focus on what's in front of you now. Now you just have yourself. Now it's go time. Now it's the step forward, the new path you're taking. And for some of you, you've been on this path. Others of you, this is a brand new path, which seems very promising for you. You may have started your own career, a new career, your own business. Is some way that you have an opportunity to kind of start anew that makes you more independent, that proves that it could be very positive for you, but you're not sure anymore. Some of you are not sure. Either you're not sure of how you can get all of this off the ground, or you're not really sure if this path that you've set for yourself is now one that you should be on. So there's some, I feel, confusion. And because you're in, in a fluctuating emotional state where mentally things may not be very clear, that may make you fall back into habits that are not best for you. So like I said, over ... You can fill in the blank. And I feel because you're so guarded, you feel like someone's done something wrong to you. Or someone could be treating you this way as well. There's an inability to focus, if that makes any sense. Some of you may miss someone, like someone's not in your life anymore, or you're waiting to hear back from a person this week and they've not gotten back to you. And at times, periodically at work, you'll think like, what happened to them? Or where are they? Why are they not calling? Or when am I going to see them at? I thought I was going to hear from this person. So there is other people around you guys that may be feeling these effects more than you. I do feel like there's definitely coming up for Taurus people. Women, Taurus women, it's like you're fluctuating emotionally. For the most part, you're okay. Again, just watch your spending habits, your eating habits. This is not necessarily the time to fill that void with food or whatever else you may typically soothe yourself. And I see that this particular week, there's going to be a challenge to be okay, to emotionally get stable, to make a decision, or even if it has been a past decision that's been made, to accept it, to move forward, and to not see in front of you, like your path in front of you, well, that's how life is just going to be for me. Right. Well, love didn't work out, so I'll never be with anyone love wise. Your mentality and your perception of everything is very important. This is a new stage, and it is calling for you to have a new understanding of how you move forward. OK, this is an individual reading for you Tauruses out there. Doesn't matter if you're coupled or not. This is about you. And this is about how you're dealing with some form of grief, some form of fear, some form of anxiety, even negative self-talk for some of you guys, and coming out of all of that and not taking with you habitual habits, or habitual behaviors that keep you in that same place, but overcome it. So when you're going through emotional trials, because this is what it looks like, this is when you want to bear down the most, and you want to stay steadfast and not fall back into those habits. I feel food and overspending and overeating and giving into that. For some of you, I just see that very prominent this week. The advice is for you to reestablish a new set of things that you love. Reintroduce yourself into something that you truly love. And in order for you to do that, you may have to settle some things from your past as well. I do see some of you may be going through a court process of having to settle things. So there may be some judgments that could be quite favorable for you guys. There may be assets being divvied up is what I see here. A home possibly being divvied up. Some of you may have to move, or someone's moving around you. Now with this move for you Tauruses, you benefit from really, I feel, doing your due diligence. There's some waiting that you have to do to hear back from people. So try to be a little bit patient if you are waiting. And if there's anyone in your life that has to leave your life, then you let them leave. You really let them leave, and you accept it for what it is. It's easy for me to say, but that's kind of like your benefit. I'm also getting stalking. So some of you definitely are stalking, or someone's stalking you. But I also get for you with this house move, there's a stalking a property, almost, like insidious in your approach to get this particular property. And be very conscious about something that you're dogmatic about, like you're just hell-bent on getting this thing. Be very conscious of that, because it may be like you're so hell-bent on one thing, you can't even see anything else. And there could be other things around you that's best suited for you in a way that you don't realize right now because you're so focused on this one thing. Finances look really good for you guys this week. I mean, really good. So money is coming in. The work that you do now, you will produce finances from it. Again, money could come in and as quickly go out if you're kind of filling up whatever emptiness that you have with things and items and things that's going to cost you. So be conscious about your finances. Again, money coming in. So you want to be more, I feel thrifty, because I would still say conservative, because again, the way that perhaps you're going to spend your money isn't going to be better for you down the line. Now, I do see you guys coming out of anxiety and worry, so that's really good. And I see that there can be some form of an offer that comes to you now, like you may get a secret offer. There's someone, and we'll get into love in a minute, but someone may be secretly eyeing you. I do get like stalking. Someone may be obsessed over you and stalking you is what I'm kind of seeing, or that could be Tauruses as well. Now, toward the end of the week, you guys you reemerge. So you go into your cocoon a bit. Doesn't mean that you don't work, you don't do your daily activities, but there's an internal cocoon that you're in amongst everything around you or everyone around you. But you come out of that by week end, and you kind of resume life again. So you have these moments, these peaks and valleys, what it looks like for you Tauruses in this particular week. That will be, at least the first part of the week to me, that you're kind of more in the woods when it comes to your emotions and feeling confused and not really feeling stable. But you will come out of that by week's end, and you will understand that you will kind of be able to filter through all of these options. So again, if house hunting is on the menu for you guys and there's something that you're really stuck on, that you can't see the forest from the trees, and you're very confused, you will come out of that by week's end. So you will kind of regain yourself in a more positive way as we get through the week. Now, when we're talking about love, I see very clearly here it's very difficult for you guys to get over a love that you've had to come to a very hard decision about, or someone against you. You realize now that the love is not there anymore. Some of you realize that this person does not love you anymore. Some of you realize that you no longer love this person. The thing is that there's guilt attached to someone not loving the other anymore, or having to kind of put the period behind the sentence, right? At the end of the sentence, you have to put a period on it. Not feel guilty, not give in to someone's guilty energy, because someone may be sending that to you like they really feel bad about it, and because they feel so bad about it, you may find yourself giving this person another chance and feeling like, okay, well, if you feel so bad about it this time, you may have learned your lesson this time, so let's give it a go, only to kind of be disappointed yet again. So there's for you Taurus women, is definitely a line in the sand that has already been drawn that you've got to stick with, and you've got to move forward in spite of some of you may be thinking like, did this person ever love me? Was there ever love there when it came to this person? And I feel for some of you Taurus men, there is definitely some guilt that you're carrying with you after it's very clear that you and another person severed ties. And even though you may have wanted it to be different, you have to accept it for what it is for some of you Tauruses, and allow this person to leave. Allow them to leave. Conflict. If there's been a lot of options, a lot of people, a lot of dating, a lot. I see that coming to an end. I see you changing it. It may not all happen this week, but if you have been a habitual app social user, that'll kind of, you'll sift through that behavior, and you'll stop that behavior. You'll give yourself a break on social media, or just casually kind of getting to know people digitally, because you realize that that's becoming too much. You're becoming a slave to that stuff, and you really want to foster more of a healthy, stable relationship. And you know that you're not healthy or stable when you're kind of involved in all of that. So some of you are coming out of that. You're definitely coming out of that. There could have been someone way across waters, like you're in one country, they're in one country, you're in one continent, they're in another, and because it's such a far distance, but even though there's so much distance between the two of you, you have fallen pretty hard. Tauruses have fallen pretty hard for a particular person who may be of a foreign background or far from you, and you will be kind of in your feelings about this whole situation, again questioning the trueness of love or emotion. in its equal form, right? And still walking away, still feeling like you don't have all of the details, but you're still thinking back on what you do know and guarding yourself against it. I feel for those of you who relates to that, there's going to be, it's like almost like I'm getting tables turned. Like you were so focused on the situation in the past, but some of you are going to let that go and really start focusing on your work, your finances, your income. And by week's end, you're going to be able to move forward, and you're going to really analyze and be truthful about the bad habits that you have, and you're going to scale all the way down and really get back into that Taurus energy of like, no, this is what works best for me. So when I get up, I do A, B, and C. Like you're going to start to kind of like taper your life. For those of you who are going through this disruption or this heartache, this pain, some of you are divorced and some of you are moving out, but it's going to be to your benefit. For someone that has to leave, it doesn't look like it right now, but it will be to your benefit. And Taurus women usually are women of virtue. I always say women that really will just disconnect, even though they could be crumbling inside, but they'll regain a sense of stability and steadfastness that you don't see in the average individuals, what I'll say. With that, you moving forward. If you're single, this will be a good time to get out. And I mean, it's okay time. You may drink too much if you're going out with people. It may be good for you to spend more time around family and doing things that it's most benefit for you, like your business, starting something new, focusing on your career. That'll be a better time because some of you are exhausted with the single life and you're just tired of it. Like you need a change. You want something different. Knowing what you want emotionally should not allow you to go back to a situation that may have involved 3 people. Knowing your worth, knowing your value, which comes easy for Tauruses. There may be a having to close a cycle. Like some of you are walking around with resting bitch face and you never had it before, and you're developing it because you're still holding on to something that someone's done wrong with you. And through this eclipse season, you guys are definitely going to be dealing with a disconnecting of your own hang-ups. Like you're going to have to disconnect from your own particular hang-ups, and how you deal with people on a one-to-one basis may have something to do with money. It may have something to do with assets or shared resources. So what do they bring to the table versus what you bring to the table? Some of you are going to realize during this eclipse that you put too much value on things. You put even too much credence to people, and you're going to start to kind of disconnect yourself and be more okay with being on your own and standing on your own. And now some of you Tauruses may be saying, I do that all the time. But if, through this eclipse season, it's really going to show you where you may suffer or where you're challenged the most in those areas, because that is where the pull or the tear down, the change is happening, I feel, for some of you. Okay. Others of you, when it comes to relationship, some of you may be obsessed with someone, but you are already in a relationship. You're married, you're in a relationship, but you may be obsessed with a particular person. You don't really know why you feel this way, why are you feeling this way. Your emotions goes up and down. You know you need to disconnect from the situation, but it's very hard, and you may find yourself overtly focusing on this person, like ad nauseum, particularly at work. I do see some energy of obsessive behavior. It's all within. So whoever is obsessing over the other person, it's really deep down inside. It's not something that can be visible. I don't even feel like anyone's going to be found out that they're stalking the other person, but there's some sense of stalking. Some of you want to know what's going on with this person that left you. You just kind of want to see them. You kind of want to know what's happening in their life. So some of you may be listening to things like this ad nauseum, like to where it's like by the end of the week, you're like, I'm not listening to another video. I'm not watching it. I'm tapped out. So I get this heavy focus on an individual, even though you know that either it's not going to go anywhere, it's over already, or you will be calling in a third party, or you will become the third party. There's going to be a secret lover, a secret message is coming to you this particular week. So for them, some of you that's single, you may be hearing from someone from your past or someone new. This could go either way for some of you out there. There's going to be a secret message that comes to you, a secret lover that is reaching out. And for others of you, you may not get this physical message, so it may not be the person coming in person or anything like that, but it could very well be you sense it strongly this week that someone is definitely watching you, someone's calling you in, someone's feelings are so, telepathically connected to yours is what I'm getting here. Okay. New love for those of you who are single. Again, you may definitely meet an admirer. You can meet someone and they fall for you pretty fast, and you have to use your wits about yourself, because you may fall really fast for this person as well. Like, it's like kind of like they hit you as soon as you see them, like bam, it kind of hits you. And I just see someone's thoughts are being consumed by a person. Someone's thoughts are being completely consumed by a person. And the thing is crazy is that some of you could be broken up from someone and they're just as single as you are. You may have fashioned this person to be like they're married or in love with someone by now. Yeah, he's moved on or she's already with someone. I know, she was having problems. And you're going to be surprised if you were to peek inside their life. You'll be surprised that this man is single. He's just focusing on work. He can't even really move on emotionally since you guys broke up. And Taurus women, you will find out. That's for Taurus women. And for the men, you'll find out that, yeah, this woman may have had addiction. She may have struggled in the past. But no, she's really working towards a complete happiness, being a better person, being a better her. So your ideals about past people, I feel, in your life, it's not really happening the way you think things are happening for some of you. I just wanted to put that part out there. So in the extended, we're going to look at this relationship that you're having with this particular person. Find out if they're going to make any gestures, what the gestures are going to be, because I do see a secret message coming to you guys. And I do see things being very clear. So if there's been some lack of clarity when it comes to your position with someone, their actions, what's going on with them, what can you expect in this relationship, that all you will find in the video as we go through the extended. So click the link below. Otherwise, I would love to hear from you guys. I hope that I'm going to definitely have to scale down these readings because these are just way too long. Yours and Pisces, Aries, but that's what I have for you guys. I hope that this has been helpful. Let us know in the comment section below how this resonates for you. I would love to hear from you guys. If you would like something personal with me, I can be reached in the beginning and end to this video. And if you are new to this channel, welcome and subscribe, because I will be back very soon with another one. Take care, Taurus.